Skirious problems.
Right, Mika, what's your Skirious problem, mate?
My Skirious problems is that I skied in the front for I think like 12 or 13 kilometers of the race, and then I got caught back in with like 600 meters to go, and Edwin Unger still made a podium, and I got fucking fifth because I exploded on the last climb.
Fuck.
That's a Skirious problem.
Yeah, but I feel is that not standard Mika and Ruka though?
It kind of is, but this time I actually had to true that we were gonna make it.
Yeah, I actually didn't see the race at all, and I don't know anything that happened because I was in the race a lot further back than you. So it will be interesting to actually hear what happened.
Should we start at the Friday?
Yeah.
First World Cup race of the season.
Yeah, that was cool to watch actually, mate.
It was.
You're not so shit anymore.
It's kind of relieving to see that Baito was just,
Baito.
It was just Baito.
But run us through a bit what happened, because you seemed like you had fucking good skis up the hills. Like, I think you were the only one that was striding up all the hills.
Yeah, so it was fucking crazy weather. It's literally been like -20 here all week, and then Friday it starts to snow at like 0 degrees, which is insane. And then an hour before the race, I went testing skis. And all of a sudden, I see that we have zeros out as well. So just rub skis. And then I was like, okay, this is going to be exciting. Tested skis, and then our wax variant was so shit.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, the rub skis were so much better. I had so much better grip. But then I went warming up, and I was looking a bit at skis. And then I couldn't really see people being out on rub skis. And then I started to get a bit nervous. Then I was like, like, you know the story about the idiot on the bus? Like, on every bus, there's an idiot.
Yeah.
And if you can't find the idiot on the bus, there's a big chance it's you.
Yeah.
So I kind of was worried about that a bit. And long story short, we started, and I actually had quite good glide, I feel. I think I had a really good glide, actually.
Stensagen, who was skiing with you, said he didn't think you had such good glide, but you had way better grip.
Yeah, but I think good glide as in good glide for no wax skis, because usually zeros are quite slow. And I had really good glide for no wax skis, and then just up the hills. I just got icing, but then it wasn't really icing so much. So I just got like these really big like snow bricks under. And I started running up all these hills like it was ski mountaineering.
Yeah.
It was so big. And then I just on the top just kick the snow off, and then I had quite good glide again. So that was fucking dig. But then it was a bit of a weird race because I didn't really get any splits or timings until like kilometer 6.1 in the race. And then I was thinking, I'm doing quite all right, but nothing special. And then after kilometer 6.1, I just hear our head coach, I hear him shout like, "You're leading ahead of Valnes and Niskanen." And then I was like, wait a second, this must be going quite well then. So
it was a fucking tight race. It was exciting to watch. It was absolutely nuts. And then you got to the finish, and then you were like, yeah! And then I was like, fuck, I hope he knows that there's still like 3 guys that can beat him.
I knew that there were 2, but then I did know that I beat Niskanen by a fuck ton, and I knew that I was like a second behind him on the last split. So I knew that my finish was super good. And then I was just like, okay, like worst case, I'm gonna be 3rd. But then I did get a bit nervous because I didn't account for a Fjorden Ray. And then I saw that Fjorden Ray was only like I think he might have even been ahead of me at 8.1. But then, my finish was just so much better than his. Yeah. And I kind of like the second I came into this finish and I saw, okay, it's lighting up green 7.8 seconds over Niskanen. And then I knew like, this is a podium.
Yeah, I even thought you were going to beat Clabo.
I thought so for a little bit as well. Yeah. And I was a little bit disappointed when I saw him coming in the finish before
fucking
me.
4 seconds behind Nyenget in the end is actually still pretty impressive. So, yeah. Anything of note else that happened in the race? Apparently you were skiing a bit behind Stensagen on the first lap, and you were like, you know how you like the evening you like redo the race every time? Rumor is you were like, fuck, maybe I should have gone past him. And 4 seconds, there's so many places where you can gain 4 seconds.
I was just laying in bed in the evening, and then I was thinking, I wonder if I could have gone 4 seconds quicker. And then literally after the start, I caught up to Stenshagen and I skied behind Stenshagen for like, I don't know, a minute and a half maybe. I was chilling so much behind Stenshagen. And then I was thinking like, yeah, maybe that's where I could have gone 4.5 seconds quicker. But then also maybe I wouldn't have been so fresh in the end. So yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. I mean, it's my first classic podium ever, so it's not like I'm gonna complain about that.
For sure.
So I was super happy. And then anything exciting happening on the women's race apart from Frida Karlsson
smashing everyone,
being not so shit as she was in Gällivare either?
Yeah, that's crazy actually. Turn around. I mean, the new Norwegians, Caroline Simpson Larsen and Julie Direnes were fucking good for like a first World Cup outside of Norway. But other than that, I can't think of anything else.
No.
We'll skip the sprint as well because sprint classics are so shit.
So we're gonna go into the sprint, Jimmy. How's classic sprinting going for you?
No, I thought it was good after Baito, but I think it was just a bit soft conditions and I actually got a bit surprised how this race is. It's like so quick, like sprints. So it's like you work for like 20-30 seconds and then you have a break, and then you work for 20-30 seconds and then you have a break, and then you work for 50 seconds and then you have a break. I think I'm just not fast enough, and then it was a bit soft, so I had a bit not so great skis on double pulling, and it's all excuses. I was just shit. So it was honestly for a classic sprint, I think I'm in good shape, but like it's Ruka's tough, so if you're not like having the exactly perfect day with the perfect skis, then immediately you're like boom 50th. So.
But that's the thing with the classic races in Ruka. I feel like both the sprint track and the distance track, they're so hard and so tough, and you need like all these different small things that need to come together in order for you to actually be able to have a good result. And I don't know why, but I feel that it's tougher to manage that in Ruka than it is on like other World Cup tracks.
Yeah, no, I agree. So, it's a tough one.
Yeah.
But actually, we should definitely talk about the race on Sunday, because that was the most crazy race I've done in a while. But I actually enjoyed it quite a lot. It was basically plus degrees on Saturday, and then on Sunday it decided to be -2 or something, and so the tracks turned to sheer ice.
It was actually unreal.
And so it was super fast conditions, and then it was like
but it didn't feel so bad in like the downhills and stuff when I was warming up, but then we started out of the start, right turn, and then there's like quite a steep downhill, like the sprint downhill, and then a long left turn. So we go in there not thinking anything, and all of a sudden I just started like on the furthest possible inside line, and I just ended up almost like in the snow on the right outside there. It was so icy there, and everybody just got caught to the outside so much. It was
I know what happened to the Norwegians.
What?
Why some of them had pretty shit skis.
Why?
Because lots of people would put hand structure on the skis, and apparently if you put it too hard, then it can absolutely fuck the grip, especially at the front of the ski. So that's kind of what happened a little bit to Muzzy, and a little bit less to me as well. Because normally Salomon skis, and I think Atomic skis as well, they're super grippy on the ice.
Yeah.
But then if you put this hand structure, it kind of like takes away a bit the edge, and takes away like how this like sole is grippy. And so I think if you do that, especially on Fischer skis, and if you push a little bit too hard, then it like will smash you will have no grip. So that's what happened to Ivar Tilda. He was skiing next to me. I was starting 80th, so I was like next to the toilets when you were like already going in the downhill, and he was like skiing like around 60, and I skied behind him in the uphill, and he was like, you could tell that he was like fucking going for it, like he never gave up ever. But like in the uphill, he was just like Bambi on ice. He was just like, you could tell like he was doing these super short steps, and it was going nowhere. So I felt sorry for the guy. But then, so then when you start 80th, it's a bit shit to catch up people, especially when it's so fast. It was like impossible to go past. And then if you don't have like the grippiest skis around the corners.
Actually, I was surprised, because I thought it was going to be more of like a wash machine effect. That like the Peloton was just going to be like more turning, but that didn't happen so much for the first or at least for as long as I was in the Peloton.
Yeah, but I think that happens when the people when nobody wants to go fast.
Yeah.
But today it was just that, like, you guys wanted to go fast, but it's just that, like, the drafting was so big because it was such high speed.
Yeah.
And then in a downhill, if someone was scared, that's how, like, the group split in front of me, and that's why. Because some people were scared, and then it makes a group that split. And, like, I didn't feel like I was pushing hard at all. And then I was, like, pissed because in front they, like, got split, and I was like, fuck, I should have... I didn't have time to get in a good position early enough. Yeah. So I didn't feel like I managed to push hard, but I mean, I'm still fairly satisfied.
Yeah.
To give us a bit of rundown on how it went.
Right, so we start, first lap was insanely slow. I was skiing around with 115 heart rate, and I was thinking, oh, this is a bit boring. Let's see how the second lap was going to go. Second lap went exactly the same, but the problem is just it was such fast conditions that the drafting was just so big, and then there was lots of wind on like the flat part down there, so nobody just wanted to go fast in front. And then into the third lap I skied up to like the lapping, and then I decided, okay, this is not what we're gonna do for the rest of the day. And then I met Einar Hedegaard in the pack, and I started talking to him. I was like, Einar, I don't know about you, but I'm getting really bored by this shit. Let's just do something. And then he was like, oh, it's maybe a bit early. And I was like, yeah, but if we're gonna wait longer, then everybody's gonna follow. Yeah. And then it's definitely impossible. And then he's like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. Okay, I'll join you. And so we went through the lapping into the uphill into the third lap, and I just decided, okay, just now it's hammer time. Put the hammer down, and I just went all out for that uphill. And then sadly Einar Hedegaard got closed in, so he couldn't join me. I was talking to him afterwards. He said he was so pissed because he really wanted to join. Also, I think if we would have had Einar with us as well, then there was no chance that they would have ever caught us back. And so, but this way, it was me and Edwin Unger and Hugo Lapalou for a bit, but not for so long. And we were working so good together, honestly. I thought the harmony between me and Edwin was so good. It's like, you know, when there's like no talking going on, and you just work. And every time somebody goes to the left or to the right, the other one just takes over immediately without discussion, and you just feel, okay, there's like commitment in this overtaking as well. So that was actually, it was fucking enjoyable to ski like that. And then in the fourth lap is kind of when I started to get through. I was thinking, okay, this actually works. If we'll go into the last lap with more than 10 seconds, then we'll make it. And then we almost did, apart from for some reason or another, Johannes Klebo decided that he wanted to, I don't know, not let any of us win the race. So then he just did an all-out effort on the top of the long uphill, brought the pack back from like 15 seconds to 7-8 seconds. And then when you're under 10 seconds, like in the long downhill, they just drafted back so quickly. And then Einar Hedegaard and Amundsen started going fast. And then they caught us up in the last or second to last uphill. It's a bit of a shame, but at the same time, we gave it an honest try. Also, I've gotten critique from Fredrik Aukland, my favorite ever journalist, because according to Fredrik Aukland, the international competition in cross-country skiing is like at its lowest point ever, and men's cross-country skiing is like the most boring sport ever because nobody goes fast and everybody just waits for the sprint and nobody takes initiative. So then I decided to change that, and then me and Edwin, as non-Norwegians, try to take initiative and go really fast and make the race really exciting. And then his comment over that was like, oh yeah, but that's so fucking stupid. Why are you doing that? You're just ruining your own race.
What?
So it's like, yeah, Fredrik Aukland, good one on you. It seems like you know a lot about cross-country skiing, and also your quotes are not contrary to what you say at all. So, good one.
Making enemies from the media now, Mika.
Yeah, I love it. But also, you know, there's some people that get paid for skiing fast and then entertaining people. Other people get paid for talking shit about people on television. We get paid for both, and I tell you what, I'd rather have my job than Fredrik Aukland's job.
Okay, good. That was good, Mika. I enjoyed it. Right, we should actually discuss quickly who we think could be NPC, non-playable character, and MVP, most valued player of the weekend. Who we thinking? We'll have a vote later on, and everybody can vote on who they think is the most valued player and the non-playable character of the weekend. But I'm going to throw some names around. So I'm saying Zach Getterson. He was fighting for top 10 in the classic
really
race.
good,
He was insane, stayed up with Nyenge, so he was only 30 seconds behind Nyenge. And then his skis iced on the top of the last uphill, crashed, and still ended up like 14th or something, which is a fucking good effort. Yeah. But he could also go for most valued player because he was top 10 today. And like by his level, the previous years, that was an insane result.
Very true.
Then I'm going to throw Frida Karlsson because she was working so fucking hard the whole time in the women's race on Sunday. And then Edvin Anger and you, but I think we shouldn't put you for the vote, Mika. So we'll put Edvin Anger for the vote as most valued player, especially since he ended up on the podium. Anybody?
I'm gonna go for NPCs then.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go for somebody that I actually respect and like a lot, but he's just a real NPC. Matti Stenshagen. He's going in this Norwegian suit and he's like doing insanely good races. Like the guy's fucking good. He comes in 7th twice, and that's literally a standard of NPC. No? It's like that's a non-playable character.
Yeah.
And then who else should we?
Jules Chapaz crashed in the first downhill 20-kilometer skate. That's fucking tough.
Yes, Teresa Schadlober did the same thing, but then outside of the camera.
Oh fuck!
So that's a bit shit as well.
And there were lots of crashes. There's also Coletta Ridzek crashed in the sprint.
Yeah.
But I think also Jules Chapaz has been an absolute tank in the sprint, and his finish line in the sprint was super impressive.
I've got another name for NPC. Fidel De Campo. Did you see the video of him stopping on the top of the climb to like strap the eyes of his skis?
That is actually a good one. That is a good one.
And then also we got one more name as an NPC from somebody else, which might not be relevant in World Cup, but it's just a bit funny. It's Emil Iversen. Winning Norwegian Cup, being super good, but
better than that, mate. He was supposed to come to Ruka, but then he prioritized taking Edvard Sandvik, because he was younger. So they prioritized taking him instead of Iversen.
Yeah.
And then Iversen won the Norwegian Cup in Golo. So that is...
actually, he could also be considered MVP, but it's a Norwegian Cup and not World Cup, so we're not going to go there.
Yeah. Thanks for listening in. I think we've given a quick sum up of the crazy day there was, especially today and the last few days. So, thanks for tuning in. Your #1 Nordic podcast. Stay tuned and subscribe.
Ciao.
Skirious problems.